All right, today we're going to make a keto, low carb, actually no carb pizza crust. Lauren, you asked for this, so I'm making this just for you. I may publish this, I may not, but Lauren, this was definitely for you. One of the things with this one is it's pretty simple, 3 ingredients. You've got chicken, Parmesan cheese, and 1 egg. That's it. Anyway, I like to use the Great Value premium chicken. You can use any of the chicken stuff, but this one only, it shows 0 carbs on it. Also, the only ingredients in it are chicken breasts, water, and salt. Most of them have some kind of flour in them or a starch. That's no good. So what we're going to do first, we're going to preheat our oven to 350. Get out our baking pan with our mat, and you can see pretty much how big a pizza this is going to be because I've made a bunch of these. These silicone baking mats are the most awesome thing. You take your chicken, all you're going to do is dump it onto the mat, kind of break it up a little bit, and what we're going to do is the first step we're going to do is try to dry the chicken out some because it's pretty moist right now coming out of the can. You try to press out as much of the liquid as you can, but it's better, you know, try to press out as much as you can, and then we're going to dry it a little bit. So we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes, okay? And when we do, we'll be right back. Kind of spread that out a little bit. Like I said, the more you can shred it up, the better. So we'll be right back in a minute. Okay, while the chicken's in there, actually, I'm going to do a couple other steps. One of them is I'm going to measure out my 1 ounce of Parmesan cheese. So, by the way, I'm stealing this recipe from Keto Connect. I think it's .net. Check out their website, those and their YouTube stuff. It's really great. This one I do one more step than they do that I really think makes a better crust. Anyway, get your thing on there and set it. And you're going to put 1 ounce of Parmesan and just, you know, regular old Parmesan cheese. So we'll just get 1 ounce out of there. And having little handy kitchen scales, or little scales anyway, are great to have. Okay, well, we're a little over, but you know what? It's okay. So we've got the Parmesan. And take our food processor, and this is a step that they don't do. You get a stringier crust, I think, and it's a little tougher to pat out if you don't actually mince it up. So we just dump the Parmesan in there. Take 1 large egg. We'll throw that in. And I just give it a quick mash up. All right. So we've got that, and now we're just going to wait for the chicken to come out. And what you can do, by the way, is add a little salt to it, maybe. Just some sea salt works great. You don't need a lot. If you want some Italian seasoning or, you know, a little bit of pepper, that helps. I like a little bit of garlic in it too. Just whatever you think would taste good in your crust. So now we're just going to wait for the pizza to come out, or the chicken to come out, and we'll be right back. Okay, sorry, I'm going to bounce a little bit here. Here we have our chicken. Again, we're not baking it, we're just trying to get it dried out some. So we'll take our chicken, and it is going to be hot, so be cautious of that. And just go ahead and throw it in to your food processor. And guess I should have used a second glove here. Anyway, so we'll take that, dump it into our food processor. And we'll start pulsing that up a little bit. And this is the one step that I do that, like I said, I haven't, the other ones don't. I think it gives a better textured crust when you do. So if you got your volume up, you might want to turn it down for a second. start getting more of a meal. And just like I said, just keep pulsing it up until it's nice and uniform. Okay, you can see it's now more of a, it's not stringy, so that's what we're looking for. And by the way, after we took this out of the oven, I went ahead and reset my oven for 500 degrees because that's going to be our next baking step. So we've got our pan right here. Oops, let's move our camera a little bit. Sorry for this. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and take our chicken and just put it onto our baking sheet. And these silicone mats are truly one of the best things in the world. Now, if you're using foil, I wouldn't go past probably 450, maybe 425. If you're using parchment paper, you definitely don't want to go past probably 450. So you'll have to adjust your baking times and temperatures according to what you're using. These silicone mats, I can go up to 500 degrees. They don't melt, they don't catch fire. Now basically what you're going to do is just start pushing this out, and it's not like a dough, it's more like just almost a paste, depending on how fine you grind it up. Now as you push it, you'll start getting it to crack like this, and just push it back in. And make it whatever shape you want. I try to make it like a traditional pizza. Kind of, you know, get your edges all nice. And get it as thin as you want or as thick as you want. And the bigger, you know, the flatter you get it, the nicer, the crispier it's going to be. Okay, so I've got this patted out. Okay, now I'm going to pop it in the oven. Well, the oven's still preheating. Oops, I guess I can bring this back over here. So you can see what you have. It's just chicken, a little bit of Parmesan, and an egg. But when this comes out in 10 minutes, also, okay, we're gonna bake this for 10 minutes at that 500 degrees. Now, if we go at a lower temperature, you may have to put it in for 12 minutes. You know, whatever your temperature, your oven will vary from mine, so you'll just have to work on it, and it may take you 1 or 2 crusts to get it the way you want it. So we'll be back once I get this out of the oven, and you'll see what it looks like. Okay, it's been 10 minutes in the oven. What we're left with is a very hot crust that's, wow, it's hot. It's 500 degrees. Don't touch it. Let this cool for a few minutes, and you may, if it's not hard enough for you or crunchy enough, you can go ahead and put that back in the oven for a few minutes. Now, what I like to do next actually is to flip it over and get a nice smooth side here. You put your sauce on it, your cheese, throw it back in the oven for about 6 or 7 minutes until your cheese is melted, and that's it. So you can put your sauce, if you're wanting a pizza sauce, this, I don't know if it's Rao's. It's a very low carb pizza sauce. It's 2 grams of carbs per quarter cup. And believe me, a quarter cup of sauce is the perfect amount. You can put your mozzarella on it, pepperoni, beef, whatever you want. It's all 0 carb. So just pay attention. You can even put a few vegetables if you want. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. If you guys want to see more kind of the weird low carb stuff, let me know and I'll try to figure some other stuff out. Thanks for watching. Lauren, hope you can figure it out now.